Adelaide United welcome Melbourne City to Coopers Stadium, hoping to achieve something that they have only managed once in their head-to-head history: win. 7 players from Adelaide's matchday squad today featured in that history-making game in January 2021, but 5 years later, plenty has changed. City, meanwhile, come here hoping to extend their 4-point lead at the top of the Ninja A-League table and to continue last season's dominance over the Reds when they took all 6 points from them in the home and away season. We'll kick off today, 29 degrees and sunny. There was quite the wind about an hour ago. As you can see, the flags still gusting somewhat, but it has died down. The sun has come out from behind the clouds, and it has ended up a splendid afternoon in Adelaide. Of course, this game delayed right about 24 hours. It was meant to be held yesterday, postponed due to extreme heat. But the fans still out and about for what is an exciting fixture against the defending premiers and a team that they are looking to defeat for the first time in 1,836 days. So the players from both sides are wearing black armbands today after the tragic news of the passing of legendary A-League's coach Rado Vidicic this week at the age of 64. He spent time at the Brisbane Roar, Sydney FC, Melbourne Victory and Wellington Phoenix, but it was at Melbourne City where he made his mark in the Ninja A-League. His time at the helm between 2018 and 2022 included the famous invincible season of 2019-20, and he was beloved by his players. We'll go pitch side now as the teams take part in a moment's applause in memory of the great Rado Vidicic.
The Australian football community has been deeply saddened to learn of the passing of Rado Vidicic. Rado leaves an enduring legacy on our game, inspiring and empowering men's and women's players across our leagues for almost 2 decades. A premiership and championship winning coach, Rado's legacy is felt well beyond the pitch. A friendly, kind-hearted and much-loved football person who worked tirelessly to improve players, coaches and staff around him. We join the wider community in remembering Rado and extend our heartfelt thoughts and condolences to his family and loved ones. In recognition of his contribution to the game, we ask, if you are able, to please stand for a moment of applause for Rado Vidicic. Thank you.
Vale Rado Vidicic. Let's turn our attention now to today's action. There are 2 changes to the Adelaide United side that lost to Wellington last week. Emily Condon and captain Izzy Hodgson returned to the starting 11, replacing Chelsea Dorber and Adriana Taranto, who both dropped to the bench. Also on the bench for the first time since the 14th of November is influential midfielder Dylan Holmes, who's set to make her return from a bone fracture today. There is Emily Condon. She has an astonishing 83.9% passing accuracy, which is so rare for an attacking player. She is a leader for the Reds up top, so crucial from set pieces as well, and she'll be a key cog if the Reds can manage to get the 3 points today. Also 2 changes to the starting 11 for Melbourne City. Shelby McMahon starts for the first time after returning from a knee injury, while Chinaza Uchendu also returns from injury to the starting lineup. Briley Henry and Alexia Apostolakis are the unlucky players who moved to the bench. Zanella Butchers is not in the matchday squad today, not ready to return from her concussion. So Melbourne City getting ready in their huddles. Taylor Otto there giving some words of encouragement to her teammates. 4 points clear on top of the table. Still plenty of room for improvement though. Of course, went undefeated last season in the home and away season before falling in finals. 2 defeats already in this campaign, but they are such a difficult team to beat. They really do set the standards in this competition. There's Shelby McMahon, the 17-year-old, back in the starting 11 this week. She started the first 4 games of the season before a knee injury took her out of the side for just over a month. She has returned from the bench over the past 2 weeks, but back in the starting 11, it'll be fascinating to see if she's part of the front line or in a deeper role today. And the Reds in a huddle of their own. This game is crucial for them. They come into this fixture in 7th, but only 2 points from the Central Coast Mariners in 2nd. And that man there, Theo Siunis, he said that the end of their unbeaten run at the hands of the Phoenix last week doesn't change anything about their approach, but he has been tinkering a little bit with his side. Chelsea Dorber and Adriana Taranto on the bench. It's all about finding that formula that will see them reach a consecutive finals campaign. So the central official today, for the first time in this competition, Tom Brinkworth. He's assisted by Paula Orlandi and Alexis Turner. The 4th official today is Liam Miller. Michael Matriciani for Melbourne City. It's a challenge of depth. 3 games in the next week. The first time today that he's changed his defence, perhaps in acknowledgement of that fact. It's Melbourne City who get us underway at Coopers Stadium. They are wearing all black today, going from left to right on your screen. Adelaide United in their home red kit, going from right to left. Melbourne City, well, regardless of result, will remain top of the table at the end of this round. Adelaide looking for 3 points. They can't afford to give away the ball there, though. McNamara shooting early, off target. Early moment of nerves, though, perhaps, from Adelaide United's young goalkeeper, Alona Malag. Just gave the ball back to exactly the wrong person in that situation. And thankfully, from the perspective of the home side, McNamara's shot was wide. Adelaide United just looking to get some early possession, make their way up the pitch, settle some nerves. There's good work from Emily Hodson to win out there. Isabel Hodgson on one side, Emily Hodson on the other side. Surnames spelt the same, no relation, both playing at fullback today. Both long-time servants of Adelaide. McNamara on the left wing today, looking for options in the middle, driving into the penalty area. Holly McNamara towards the byline, the cutback deflected into the gloves of Malag. Have to wait and see if that remains the case for the rest of this game, but McNamara on the wing, certainly a fascinating little tactical tweak from Matriciani. Seen her play a lot there in her career. And she hasn't scored 11 goals this season at a goal a game for nothing. She is a deadly striker in front of goals. Hodson's throw in for Condon. Back to Hodson. Trying to get it around Keane. That's good work there from Aideen Keane. 23-year-old speedster doing her defensive duties, but has come out to Erin Healy. Healy's attempted shot from distance blocked away. Neil Taranto. Andy Taranto starting today with her twin sister Adriana starting on the bench. Oh, Matilda McNamara. Erin Healy. Hodson. Once again, can't get past Keane. He clears it into Matilda McNamara and away for a City throw. In a lot of ways, this game could be about the McNamaras. Holly for Melbourne City, up top, such a influential goal scorer, such a dynamic player. Matilda McNamara in defence for the Reds. And given a bit more freedom in recent weeks to have a bit more of an adventurous role up the pitch, Matilda McNamara, so we could see some of those runs as the game goes on. That's a lovely ball over the top into Erin Healy, her first touch. Just evading her on that occasion. She was surrounded by City shirts. If she'd managed to bring that down, that would have been very interesting. Just found the gap between Ross back in there and Taylor Otto. And this is where City can be vulnerable, trying to play out from the back. Adelaide almost winning the ball back high. They do win it in the end through Sarah Morgan in midfield, the 24-year-old. Here she is again on the ball. Fiona Wirtz, the player chasing after it, but Carly Rossbacken will come back and see it safely out of play. Rossbacken's 92nd Ninja A-League appearance today. Sarah Morgan has really found a home at Adelaide over the past couple of seasons. Condon Wirtz, Morgan again. McNamara. And that more advanced roll up the pitch again, McNamara. And that's a good challenge from McMahon, who has an opportunity to release Holly McNamara. This ball takes her a little bit wide, but it's McNamara against Tollins. Holly McNamara across to Richendu, McKenna. The strike takes a deflection and comes into the gloves of Alona Malag. Good build-up play there, though, from City. It's industrious work from McMahon. Had great vision to find McNamara, and then the shot from Letitia McKenna. She can strike them from that sort of distance. Red shirt got in the way. Lovely ball through to Fiona Wirtz. Wirtz in some space here. She'll look to play across the face. It's cleared away by Turner. Could have gone anywhere. Still with the Reds. Hodson's delivery. Stott able to clear. Shendu taking it away from Morgan. Dangerous back pass there. I think she was looking perhaps to play it back to her keeper, Melina Mirez. Get straight into a player. Here's another look at this nice ball through for Wirtz. It's trying to take it across the face. The experience of Danielle Turner taking it away, 34 years of age. Came to the competition this season on a 2-year deal with Melbourne City. Did Turner after nearly 200 appearances with Everton and 72 appearances with Aston Villa in her career. Adelaide happy to play it out from the back. You get a look at the shape of Melbourne City. Just dropping to a back five out of possession. Erin Healy trying to play a ball in behind. It's blocked away by City's midfield. McMahon does look like she's playing in a deep midfield role today. So she started her career in midfield as an 8 or a 10. When she started the season this time out, she was playing as a forward. Hence the 3 goals this season. She's come back playing as almost a 6 today. Of course, Laura Hughes and Leah Davidson still both absent from this Melbourne City team. Such important cogs in their midfield. McKenna's ball not able to find Keane. Adelaide again will have another opportunity to play out from the back. Tonkin put under some amount of pressure. So Matilda McNamara will play it all the way back to her keeper. It was somewhat of an industrial challenge from Rebecca Stott there on Erin Healy. Stepping up was City's captain from centre-back to try and win the ball in midfield. Again, he's more than capable of that, Stott. Now here's Healy. Wirtz is in the middle. She can find her all the way across. And Adelaide United take the lead. Fiona Wirtz will claim it. Are they on their way to a rare victory against the defending premiers? This is a lovely move, starting from midfield. Sarah Morgan. Erin Healy, a lovely ball across. And it may well have come off Taylor Otto, but it was Fiona Wirtz, the player, who was applying the pressure to ensure that ball forced its way past Mirez. Fantastic work from Erin Healy to whip that ball in. And Adelaide United have laid down the gauntlet. So the goal being credited to Fiona Wirtz, her second goal of the season. We'll see if that stands. And again, that is exactly what the doctor ordered for Adelaide. Can City hit back immediately? That's what they'll look to do through Holly McNamara. It's being put under some pressure from Tonkin. Shendu. McKenna. Full distance. Malag not entirely convincing, but easy enough. And Teacher McKenna with lurking in those sorts of areas. We don't see too often in games involving Melbourne City. Adelaide United, 62% possession so far. They've been allowed to have the ball to build up from midfield, and that goal is the result. Well, will Melbourne City change their approach now? Got to come back into this from a goal behind. They've never failed to score against Adelaide United in the 14 games that these two sides have played. So history says that they'll be able to get at least one back. Adelaide United, though, have plenty of time to score more of their own. Little shove there from Fiona Wirtz on Shelby McMahon led to City's free kick. Again, here we have a really good look at the press of Adelaide United and the way that they're shutting down those passing lanes of Melbourne City. And this is where you can see how much Melbourne City really miss both Leah Davidson and Laura Hughes. Here's Holly McNamara trying to make things happen. The cut back, not quite able to get there. It's Devon Jackson, the Kiwi. Got on the end of that ball, but wasn't able to get past the Reds' defence. Again here, Adelaide making it so challenging for City. Back in, being put under more pressure. Emily Hodson doing her best to win out. In the end, it's a City throw. The referee, Tom Brinkworth, here, just having a word to Sarah Morgan telling her to calm down a little bit. Shinaza Uchendu as well seems to be indicating that she thinks there was an elbow involved in that challenge. Now, Uchendu certainly reacted to something that she found untoward. Otto. Across to Turner. Everything so far that's been good for City is coming through Holly McNamara, but she's been bundled off the ball here. And the Reds will come forward in numbers. Condon back into midfield from Morgan. Here's the delivery from Hodgson. Now Emily Hodgson making her way into the penalty area. Not able to get past Keane again. McNamara. Morgan. Mel Taranto forced all the way back. This is good, patient build-up from Adelaide United. Morgan, Emily Hodgson, in for Erin Healy, who attempted to get past her player with the first touch. The end is cleared out for a Reds throw. Healy. Back to Morgan. Wirtz can't quite pick it up. Jackson. McMahon. Keane. Now it's City on the move. Uchendu. Devon Jackson in for McNamara. Can't control it. Perhaps was trying to play it back to Uchendu, but Matilda McNamara was with her every step. It's been a fascinating watch so far, because this is almost the inverse of how most games with Melbourne City go. Usually it's Melbourne City who have some comfortable possession. That's better from Rossback trying to win it back, but usually it's they who are passing it around the defence and then their opponents trying to hit them on the counter. At the moment, that's all reversed. It's Melbourne City who are having their opportunities through transition. There's a nice ball there, and Healy. Fiona Wirtz involved again. That combination between Wirtz and Healy has been fantastic today. Can Aideen Keane make something happen? Looking for the reverse ball for McNamara. So again, Adelaide happy to play it out from the back. No real pressure currently being applied from City. Rossback. City looking to play it out from the back, but it's Adelaide again who win possession. How good Sarah Morgan been so far? The 24-year-old winning everything in the centre of the park. Originally from Canberra, spent some time there, and at Perth Glory and at the Wanderers. Over the last few seasons at Adelaide, she's been superb. McNamara will be denied an opportunity to have a run at Adelaide's defence by the offside flag. Clever work from Adelaide there to catch McNamara offside. course, it is a highly emotional game today for Melbourne City. Plenty of the team having played under Rado Vidicic, who tragically passed this week, including very notably Rebecca Stott, who was part of that invincible side of 2019-20. Holly McNamara posted this week about how Rado was the person to give her first professional contract. A number of players in that same boat. Even more players played under Dario Vidicic, of course, former Socceroo and Rado's son. So the connections between this current playing group and the Vidicics run deep. That is why both sides are wearing the black armbands today. That is why there was a moment of applause pre-game. The Reds fans more than happy with this start, and why wouldn't they be? Adelaide not only have the goal, they've looked the dominant side in terms of possession, in terms of chances. Here they go, looking to create another one. It's Wirtz on this left-hand side. Looking for options. Morgan coming forward. Offside flag will prevent Adelaide from doing anything more with that opportunity. Emily Hodson, the player, caught offside. It's easy to forget with someone like Emily Hodson. She's only 25 years of age. This is her 141st Ninja A-League appearance. She debuted for Adelaide, age 16, has been almost ever present in this team since that point. But realistically, if you look at someone age 25, she's only just hitting the real high point of her career. She's only just hitting that point where she's experienced, she's hitting her peak. So, there are a number of players in this competition like that. And sometimes when players start so early and they've been around for so long, you forget how young they are. And it's certainly been the case over the last few seasons that Hodson has come on leaps and bounds in her career. Here come Adelaide, streaming into the penalty area. Ross back and tries to clear, deflects off her own teammate. Elena Mires can claim. City getting away with another one. Adelaide again well on top. Now it's off for City to make things happen again. It's McNamara trying to play a lone hand. He's already looking mightily frustrated. About a quarter of the way through this game. Yes, it can turn at any moment. Now, this is just about the most impressive period that we've seen Adelaide United so far this season. So still a warm one in Adelaide today, so the teams will take a moment to have a cooling break. Ensure they keep their hydration up, and it also gives an opportunity for both coaches to have a word to their team, to reassess some things, what's gone right, what's gone wrong. It's an opportunity for us to have another look at the reason why Adelaide United are a goal to the good at the moment. This lovely ball from Morgan into the run of Erin Healy. Healy's ball across. Fiona Wirtz was there to tuck it away and give Adelaide the lead. It was her 30th birthday yesterday as well, Fiona Wirtz, so it's a happy birthday for Wirtz and a good way to celebrate scoring a goal. Her 31st for Adelaide, her 34th in the competition. Of course, spent one season at Sydney FC in 2023-24. It was injury-riddled, but not without its high moments. "15 final third entries for Adelaide compared to City's 12, but you have to say it's been the Reds, the home side, who have been far more threatening so far in this half. There's 2 shots on target so far for City. They are normally very clinical. They have the second highest big chance conversion at 56%. The only problem for them so far in this game is they haven't created a big chance. Once they do, they are among the most likely teams to put it away. You can see the intent behind McNamara's free kick there. I was looking for the run of Hodson. Couldn't quite get there. Healy intercepting high. Erin Healy driving into the penalty area. And City do manage to prevent the corner. Much to Healy's dismay. And have a look at this. When Erin Healy gets the ball in these kinds of areas, she's just unstoppable. I think Adelaide might have a point based on that replay, but the whole ball has to be out of play. The assistant referee does have the best view on the park of figuring out whether it did fully go out or not. Healy, of course, the Irish international. She debuted against America, the country she was born and raised in June of last year. And that was off the back of a tremendous Inter A-League season. Her first last time out. 8 goals, but more than that contributed to the team that was clearly one of the best in the competition last season. It's all a bit tighter this time out. They've taken their time warming into their campaign. Of course, now a full home and away season. Hasn't always been the case in the Ninja A-League, but it just means that you can get off to a slow start and you've still got plenty of time to work things out, and that is what Adelaide are doing on this evidence. Hodson driving inside. It's come out to Erin Healy, who thinks about the shot. Can't quite find her footing inside the penalty area to get it away. Mel Taranto with the ball at her feet. Nice little wall pass. She'll shoot herself from distance. Mirez is aware of the danger and can gather. We'll have a stoppage in play here because 18 Keane is down for City. Meanwhile, another look at this opportunity. Well, Mel Taranto hasn't scored yet for Adelaide in 12 appearances. She's had more touches than anyone else listed as a midfielder for the Reds. So We've always known that she is an industrious player. She's played previously for Melbourne Victory, for Western United. Tends to play a little bit deeper than her twin sister Adriana, who's been employed as a winger for Adelaide this season. Nadine Keane, you can see, just receiving some attention on that right knee. And here's the incident as it happens. It just pulls up a little lame there. Perhaps a cramp. We're not quite 30 minutes into the game. So hopefully that's nothing too serious. You don't like to see any kind of soft tissue injury off the ball like that. 23-year-old is a live wire with the ball at her feet, and she almost sometimes runs too fast for herself. She's had a career stifled by injuries. Melbourne City, her 5th club after playing for Western Sydney Wanderers, Perth Glory, Sydney FC and Canberra United. And keeps showing why she is such a highly rated player, especially with the ball at her feet. And let's hope that this is just a bit of cramp. She's gotten treatment from the physio. She's back on the pitch, and she is A-OK to continue. Jackson not quite able to get a hold of that McNamara pass. So it was good work down that left-hand side. McMahon, McNamara, Jackson all involved. But again, the end result is Adelaide possession. Fiona Wirtz can't quite keep it in. She had Condon and Emily Hodson there as well. And there were options for the cutback if she could get there. And that time it certainly looked well over the line. Again, look at this pressure from Erin Healy on Mirez. She got the ball away but could only play it to an Adelaide player. That is exactly what that pressure does. You don't have to win the ball straight away. It can result in a turnover higher up the pitch. It's City once again in possession though. McNamara looking for Uchendu. Zoe Tollins back and covering. Thought about playing it back to her keeper instead. She's forced wide. And it's good work from Uchendu to win the throw. Meanwhile, Tollins is down hurt here. Just ran into Uchendu. There was nothing untoward at all. Just an awkward one. And just running into her shoulder there. And she'll be okay. Nothing more than a little contact injury. Those ones do hurt though. City looking to create something. Nadine Keane was the player in the penalty area. Couldn't get on the end of it. Here's Letitia McKenna. Turning, trying to play it through. Uchendu. It's cleared away. There's more red shirts in their penalty area than City shirts at the moment. Rosbacker's long throw. Well controlled by Keane. She'll play it back to Jackson. Rosbacken with the delivery towards the back post. And float all the way through to McNamara. Holly McNamara can't get past Izzy Hodgson. Can't escape the feeling that McNamara on the wing today not quite worked out as planned just yet, but there is plenty of time remaining in this fixture. I don't want to speak too soon, but she does seem to be most effective for Melbourne City when she's playing central. And Taranto just coughing a little knock there. See the strapping on that left knee. It's really been causing her some trouble. And Uchendu again. Again, just a little contact knock. She did concede the foul. Chinaza Uchendu, 28 years of age, Nigerian international. Played at the 2019 Women's World Cup for her country. Signed for City from Nantes in France. He scored 1 goal against Sydney FC so far this season, but she's built into the season as it's gone. High work rate. And a player who's able to win those duels and win the ball back. Provides a good foil to someone like a McNamara or an Aideen Keane, who are both very different players. McMahon has conceded a foul there as she's leapt to win the header of Sarah Morgan. The City bench doesn't agree. Morgan just taking her time to get up after being on the end of that challenge. Yeah, she just runs straight into the back of Morgan. A little bit stop-start at the moment. Adelaide won't mind at all, being the team with the advantage. An unforced error there from Matilda McNamara allows City another opportunity in possession from a throw. Ross back in. Preferred to Alexia Apostolakis today in that right-back role. There's no injury or fitness concern for Apostolakis, mind you. City are facing a 3-game week ahead, which must have played somewhat into Michael Matriciani's thinking. Devon Jackson that time conceding the foul on Mel Taranto, who's been in the wars. And she's tough enough to walk it off. Erin Healy. Taranto, Morgan, nice little triangles and good interplay. Stott, though, can step up and win possession. And City creates something here. McNamara gets in behind. Uchendu in the middle, Aideen Keane at the back post. McNamara thinking about the shot. Instead, she tries to find Uchendu. And Ella Tonkin is the player who can clear it away. City trying to find a way through to create this clear-cut opportunity that they need to get themselves back in the game. Not able to do so at the moment. Instead, it's Erin Healy chasing after this one. Can't get there. He was playing in Portugal before coming to the A-Leagues, was Healy. And while her team didn't have the best season when she signed, and head coach Adrian Stenter said that her ability to find goals, no matter what the situation, was one of the things that was so appealing about her as a player. It took her a while to score, even though she looked fantastic for all of last season. Once she did score, she hasn't really stopped. 4 goals so far this season. Got the assist today. Erin Healy. Once again in some space. Still Healy. Condon. Turning, can't get away from Stott. That pass, though, goes to absolutely no one, and that just about sums up Melbourne City's performance so far. Haven't been able to connect those passes in the way that we're used to. There's a ball over the top. Healy chasing after it, as is Ross back in. Healy will get there. Keeps it in. Back to Hodson. Emily Hodson, edge of the area to Morgan. Fiona Wirtz. Pass was a little bit away from her. She commits the foul in her enthusiasm to win the ball off Taylor Otto. Ross back in here. Thought she had it covered, but Healy was never giving up on that ball. And unfortunately, from a Reds perspective, the pass just getting away from Wirtz. Here Adelaide come again, once again through Emily Hodson. Ross Backen is there to clear away the danger. Throw up the line to Healy. And Healy battling with Ross Backen, believes she's won a corner and has done so. So for the first time in 40 minutes of this fixture, we'll see a corner. It was good work from Healy to ensure that Ross Backen couldn't get back to the ball. They've scored 3 goals from corners so far this season, Adelaide out of 14, so it's a good strike rate. What can they produce from this one? It's Condon's delivery. It's towards the back post and it's over the top of everyone. So an ineffective first corner for Adelaide. But again, they will be so pleased with the way that they have tackled this game so far. They have the 1-goal advantage. You'd imagine there'll be a fair amount of first half stoppage time. We've had a few stoppages, we've had a cooling break as well. So plenty of time for the defending premiers to get back into this one. They've never failed to score against Adelaide. Keep repeating that one. It does only take one moment with players of the calibre of the ones in Melbourne City's side. McNamara striding forward, still Holly McNamara. She's put wide, not able to get the shot away. That's fantastic work from Ella Tonkin. Often one of the unsung heroes of this Adelaide side is Tonkin. That's just great defensive work. Yes, it was a heavy touch from McNamara. Yes, she won't be pleased about it. But that's exactly what you have to do as a defender. It's not just about going up and winning the challenges. It's about keeping the other team away from goal and shepherding them away and making life challenging. That's exactly what Ella Tonkin did there. A little dicey from Melag, but it found Hodson in the end, although Hodson's ball straight to Rebecca Stott. Matilda McNamara committing the foul on Nadine Keane, so it gives an opportunity for City from an indirect free kick. That is how close Hayden Keane came from intercepting that clearance away from Alona Malag. Well, Letitia McKenna, fantastic on set piece duty. Got 3 players standing over it though. Might be a routine in store. Jackson leaves it behind, and that is exactly where it will go. So Devon Jackson crossing it into the penalty area and come out to McMahon, who helps it back into the mixer. That's nice work from City. Keane can't find a teammate. Come back out to McKenna. Now Rebecca Stott. She can hit them from distance. Instead plays it to Devon Jackson. Forced wide. And Jackson not able to hook the cross back to waiting teammates. The home side will take the goal kick. Again, we spoke before about the defensive Ella Tonkin. And again, that's fantastic work from Emily Hodson that time. Just shepherding the player wide. This is dangerous, though. Well, Keane was almost gifted an opportunity. Adelaide playing with fire, playing it out from the back. She had more time than she realised there, 18 Keane. She tried to play the first-time ball to Uchendu. Probably should have just held onto it or shot herself. She was right in front of goal. Adelaide get away with that one, and that is exactly how quickly this game can change. You don't want to ever relax as a player or a fan. Have a look at this, straight into Keane. But you can see why she's tried to play it to Uchendu, because she was being closed down. It's still dangerous from Adelaide. That would have been a heartbreaking way to concede just before the break. So we're hearing 3 minutes of first half stoppage time for Melbourne City to get their way back into this one. Keane, McKenna, McNamara leaves it for the onrushing Jackson. Can't get the shot away. Now back out to Keane. This is where Keane can be so dangerous. Adelaide will be aware of the threat. And fantastic work from Matilda McNamara to win the throw for her side. It's forcing 18 Keane all the way back. Speak about Holly McNamara, of course, 11 goals, 11 games. Equal top of the Golden Boot race. We'll hold that thought as Uchendu and Erin Healy battle it out. City win the throw. And 4 of those goals for McNamara have come from penalties. That shows you how dangerous Melbourne City are in these types of positions. And this is not a good sign for Uchendu, who's gone to ground holding a right foot after that challenge from Healy. There's immediate concern from both opposition and teammates. Just trying to see what happened there. It looks like a innocuous clash of feet. Sometimes you can come out worse where a little ankle twist in midair. Those ones hurt. And she's returning from 1 game out. Uchendu. Bradley Henry would be someone who could come on to replace her if required. Seen warming up there. And hopefully she'll be okay. And again, that's nothing more than a little knock, a little contact injury. McKenna. Devon Jackson trying to cut back inside. Plenty of red shirts in the way. Now Morgan will launch it forward. Fiona Words sent chasing. Mira's sweeper-keeper duties. She was a Spanish youth international, Melina Mira. She actually won the under-19 Euros with Spain back in 2018. So she's been raised in that tiki-taka football style. Very good with her feet. That's how they make goalkeepers these days. Got to be able to play football as well. Perhaps time for one last opportunity for either side before the break. Hodson's throw into Healy. Healy can't control it. So half-time at Coopers Stadium in Adelaide, and it is Adelaide United who have the 1-goal advantage. Fiona Wirtz scoring her second of the season, getting on the end of an Erin Healy cross. And it has been Adelaide who have been the dominant side in the first 45 minutes. They are on track to defeat Melbourne City for the first time in over 6 years. Half-time in Adelaide. It is Adelaide United 1, Melbourne City 0. So here is how that first half played out. It was a wonderful through ball from Sarah Morgan to find Fiona Wirtz there. She really was centre to everything, Morgan, in that first half in midfield. Highly influential. And again here, this lovely ball through to Erin Healy, allowed Healy to put the ball across the face of goal. And Fiona Wirtz showing her experience, her class in front of goal, able to get the touch and put it beyond Mirez and gave Adelaide the lead. Holly McNamara tried to make things happen for City, but in truth was not as effective as she could have been in those wide areas today. Very different role from her than what we're used to seeing in the centre of attack. Mel Taranto typically busy in midfield, missing her twin Adriana, who starts on the bench today. This was a heart-in-mouth moment for Matilda McNamara in Adelaide's defence, kicking it straight out 18 Keane, but Adelaide got away with it. They keep a clean sheet for the first half. So here are the halftime stats. Adelaide United have outpossessed Melbourne City. That certainly does pass the eye test. It is a game of few chances so far, but remember, Melbourne City have never failed to score in 14 games against Adelaide United. So still plenty to come in the second half.
And Adelaide United fans, here's something to smile about. Thanks to Straight Smile Centre if you're thinking about
Welcome back to Cooper Stadium in Adelaide, where it is currently the home side, Adelaide United, leading the defending premiers, Melbourne City, 1-0. They are looking to defeat Melbourne City for the first time in over 5 years. Well, Adelaide United, they've made a commitment to developing local talent within their women's program while retaining key imports like Fiona Wirtz, who scored today, to build continuity, on-field strength and a deeper connection with their fan base. Let's hear from some of the players on how that strategy is shaping the team.
Adelaide United are going to the semi-finals of the Ninja A-League.
Obviously last year we had a really successful season, so a lot of us wanted, to keep the same team and maybe make a few changes here and there, but the core group of the players is the same, and I think that's what's important.
For the first time in club history, they win a final.
Investing in local talent and keeping the squad the same has been really important. Probably about 5 years ago, the club decided to really invest in local talent and keep the squad kind of almost the same for all the years, and you kind of build that relationship with each other and you push forwards.
And there's the goal! Fiona Wirtz, instant impact! Dorman Wirtz! Those two have been lethal together for Adelaide.
Yeah, I think the work environment, the changing room environment has a massive effect on performance. I think when everyone's there trying to do the same thing, wants to do it for each other, I think that's far easier than when you're trying to do it for yourself. So when you're in a group of really supportive people who all enjoy being there and want to do the best for each other, then I think it massively boosts what you're able to do on the pitch.
We've always tried to keep the same players if possible, and also always go for South Australian talent. I think that's something that Adelaide United as a club really values, is investing in local Adelaide people. So that was really important for us.
Adrian Stender with a very brief team talk. Now he's telling the players, go and thank the fans.
I think it's super important. Adelaide really values itself being, the club of Adelaide. When you've got fans in the stands and players on the field who've watched this team, we've got 16, 17-year-old girls who used to be fans of the team. I think that just shows the culture, and you want to fight for your club and you want to fight for your home team, and I think that's what makes Adelaide really special, is everyone's out there fighting, because they love this club and we love the state.
As they celebrate with the fans, what about this moment for the Adelaide fans? This team has won a final in the 17th year of competition. There's some diehards who've waited a very long time for a moment like this.
I think definitely over the last couple of years, especially after the Women's World Cup, a lot of our fan base is young girls, and they scream so loud for you, and it just makes you want to play even better. But for them, it's something to look forward to. It's something to strive for. They see us out on the field, and they want to be that. So it's great for those young girls to see the possibility of playing professionally.
Great to see from the Red Army that have turned out today.
Absolutely wonderful to see Adelaide United fostering that local talent. We've seen plenty of that on display in this afternoon's game. Well, of course, it is the home side who are in the lead at the moment, and it is thanks to two of their imports, Erin Healy and Fiona Wirtz, scoring her second goal of the season. It was wonderful work from Sarah Morgan in midfield to play that ball through to Erin Healy, a pinpoint pass across, and Fiona Wirtz was there to tuck it home. Here is the way that round 15 has worked out so far. Last night, the Brisbane Roar and the Central Coast Mariners played out an exhilarating 2-2 draw. Halftime here in Adelaide, it is the Reds leading Melbourne City, and also the Sydney Derby happening at the same time as this game. It is Sydney FC who currently lead the Western Sydney Wanderers 1-0. Canberra take on Victory, and Newcastle take on the Wellington Phoenix tomorrow. Well, of course, coming up in March is one of the biggest events in the Australian football calendar, the Women's Asian Cup. Make sure you get your tickets.
This isn't just a seat in the stands. It's your ticket to fearless ambition, to roar with crowds, for young fans to see heroes up close, to watch world-class skill, grit and grace. This isn't just a tournament. It's a celebration of what's possible when the world watches women rise. Get your ticket to Dream. AFC Women's Asian Cup Australia 2026.
Enjoy perfect results every time. You can make it with the Ninja Slushie. With the Isuzu MU-X SUV, everyday life doesn't have to be every day at all. Love how you live in the Isuzu MU-X.
A reminder is in defence for any spectator to enter the field of play without authorisation. Any spectator who enters the field of play without authorisation will be evicted from the stadium, potentially banned from attending future matches, or handed over to police for questioning. A fine may also be issued. We ask you to respect the players and match officials by remaining in the seating bubble. Flares are illegal at our venues if you possess or throw a flare that has severe penalties applied. We are committed to providing a safe and enjoyable environment for all fans and ask you to respect your fellow spectators by refraining from illegal and dangerous activities. And here's a good one, a tasty one. Don't forget, Birds fans, it's Macca's Mac Throw Match. If our girls win it today or draw, all of you are Adelaide United members and match ticket holders can get a free Big Mac post-match on the way home or tomorrow morning. More reasons to let's go, you Reds!
Live pictures from Coopers Stadium in Adelaide, where Adelaide United currently lead Melbourne City 1-0, thanks to Fiona Wirtz scoring her second goal of the season the day after her 30th birthday as well. So it's a slightly belated birthday present for Wirtz. Both sides making their way back onto the pitch. Adelaide United have not beaten Melbourne City in over 5 years. 21st of January 2021 was the date that they managed that feat for the first and only time in the club's history. Dylan Holmes scored a brace that day. She is in the matchday squad, returning from injury on the bench. I wonder how long it will be before we see her introduced into the action. However, Melbourne City have never failed to score against the Reds in any of their 14 fixtures. And you imagine that there is plenty more to come from the visiting side. They have set the benchmark for several seasons now. Almost every year they've been in the competition, in truth, have Melbourne City. They are not a side to take relinquishing any points lying down, let alone all three. Hodgson has been in many Adelaide United sides that have not managed to find a way through this juggernaut of Melbourne City. She is hyping her troops up. They believe they can get the job done. But Melbourne City will believe that they can turn things around as well. You wonder if there's going to be some slight tweaks in formation. We saw Holly McNamara in her 50th Ninja A-League game today. McNamara. She's already surpassed 50 for the club, including Women's Champions League games, but her 50th Ninja A-League game is playing on the wing. Will she move to a more central role? Will we see Aideen Keane have more of a role in this game? She's scored a couple of times so far in City colours this season. Can she score a third to help get them back in the contest? It's the home side, Adelaide United, who get things back underway. And it is Melbourne City who will have to chase them in this second half. Can Melbourne City maintain that 5-year unbeaten run against Adelaide? Or will Adelaide continue the season of breaking streaks and find a way to walk away with 3 points today? Already an intensity to City's play immediately from kickoff that wasn't really there in the first half. Adelaide United having 56% possession in the first half. That was one of the most fascinating stats, and throughout the half you could see it was Adelaide who were able to play the ball around their back line already. That is a much higher press, and it's paid dividends. Aideen Keane winning the ball, players in the middle, the cutback straight to Mel Taranto, who was able to clear away. That is exactly the kind of energy that they need. A little bit of laziness there from Matilda McNamara, allowing Aideen Keane to get there. And that delivery from Carly Rossbacken, finding the gloves of Alona Malag. The 17-year-old debuted at the end of last season, and since replaced Claudia Jenkins as the starting keeper for the Reds. Got a big future ahead of her. A young cricketer as well. Has decided to put cricket on pause as she focuses on playing with Adelaide United this season. Adelaide working the ball on this left flank. Molly Hodson, so involved in the first half, will take the throw. Of course, not just on the line, this undefeated record of Melbourne City's against Adelaide United. If Adelaide win today, they'll go up to second. Such is the congested nature of the Ninja A-League table. They're currently in 7th. Coming into this round, there were 2 points separating second from 9th, so that is how tight things are. Adelaide could do themselves a real favour with a win here. Still plenty of football to come, though. McNamara has started the half in that central position. That's interesting. We'll see if she stays there. She was playing in the wide areas in the first half, and it probably stifled her effectiveness somewhat. But there she is on the left of your screen in the centre of Melbourne City's attack in this second half. So perhaps Michael Matriciani just changing things up. But it'll be Adelaide with the first corner of the half. Emily Condon, player to go over to take. Huge boost for the home side if they could find a way to go 2 goals to the good here. Condon's delivery right into the mixer, and it's Tonkin who heads it home for Adelaide. They double their advantage at home against the defending premiers. Adelaide United continue their dominance from corners. Well, a fantastic delivery here from Condon, right on the spot. And Ella Tonkin scores her first goal of the season, her 3rd in the competition. Didn't know too much about it, but she was in the right area, was able to get over the top of Rebecca Stott and in front of Milena Mirez, the goalkeeper. And she is absolutely delighted with that, as she should be. And that is a huge goal to double Adelaide's lead, and also just after the halftime break, when City had come out with the words of their coaching staff ringing in their ears, and suddenly their job has just doubled in complexity. Few would have predicted this result coming into this game. Adelaide United have been wobbly with their form. Melbourne City 4 points clear on top of the table, looking the goods for the most part. And here they are, staring down the barrel of what would be their third defeat of the season after going all of last season, in the home and away season at least, undefeated. Not used to losing, Melbourne City. They're not used to these kinds of situations. They did make a name for themselves coming from behind last season. They just managed to find ways to get back into the game. And if we know anything about the Ninja A-League, it's that anything and everything is on the table. And they've got 40 minutes or so, plus stoppages, to get themselves back into this one. Can they do so right now? Turner, Jackson, trying to find McNamara. Devon Jackson, look to go inside and find a shooting angle herself, perhaps. Jackson, McNamara, Holly McNamara, the cutback. A little touch took it away from the on-running Uchendu. Appeals for a foul there, not heeded. First time central official today, Tom Brinkworth. Rebecca Stott striding into space. McKenna! Tisha McKenna has an air swing. It was fantastic work from Stott to make the run out of defence and find Letitia McKenna, as she couldn't find her feet in time to get the connection that she needed. Keane goes to ground just outside the penalty area. Referee says goal kick. Keane and McNamara having a little conversation after the fact. It didn't look to be too much contact. That looked to be a good decision from referee Tom Brinkworth. Turner, Uchendu, the back heel finds McNamara. McNamara trying to play it across the face. It's come off her namesake, Matilda McNamara, and out for a corner for Melbourne City, their first of the game. There's good work here between Uchendu and McNamara. Perhaps appealing for a handball. Didn't look to be anything in it based on that replay. I wonder if the Adelaide bench warming up there have anything to say to McKenna. Tisha McKenna's in-swinging delivery. The header at the back post goes straight up in the air. Malag. Those goalkeepers having the advantage of their arms. She's able to reach up and grab it from the sky. It was a fair distance from the goal, but still a free header from the back post. City know that if they can accumulate some set pieces, that could be a route to get them back in the game. Adelaide, though, haven't conceded from a corner yet this season. Only one set piece, an indirect free kick. Can City create something from open play? The ball in from McMahon. Results in a corner. Ella Tonkin puts a hand up in apology. City will have another chance from a set piece. So it's McKenna again, entrusted with the delivery. This time on her left at the front post. The header was won by Taylor Otto. It hit Uchendu, who could only affect the ball going straight up in the air. This was a firmly struck header from Otto. She's hit her own teammate. Uchendu did nothing wrong, was in the right position. That's unlucky for City. Now McNamara playing a ball through to 18 Keane. Fantastic defence from Matilda McNamara once again, who takes it behind for another City corner. Well-timed challenge from McNamara. She had to be good. She got that slightly wrong. Would have certainly been to City's advantage. Well, they've looked promising from both of their corners in quick succession, City. What can they do with their third? Again, in swinging at the front post. Otto once again dangerous. And has drifted out of play off an Adelaide player. So a fourth opportunity for City. And McNamara there, just getting in front of Otto. A pretty clear strategy from City from that side. Aim at Taylor Otto. Now McKenna taking with her right to another in-swinging corner from the same player. The delivery again, headed away. And Fiona Wirtz up against McNamara. Manages to get there first and tries to help it on its way to its teammate. Can't find her. And City take advantage of Adelaide's disorganised defence here. No, the ball will trickle harmlessly to Malag. Erin Healy up against Taylor Otto. Still Erin Healy striking from distance. Mirez can only parry it wide. She is so dangerous right about there, Healy. You never want to back off and give her that much space in that kind of area. It's a shot hit with venom. It's saved away for a corner. Corner from Condon. Toland was leaping, couldn't get there. Miller Tonkin will have a chance to recycle possession through Morgan. Morgan trying to flick it in behind. Toland will go chasing. Letitia McKenna does well. Just about reaching 15 minutes into this second half. It's Adelaide United, who have extended their lead from the first. That won't help Melbourne City's cause. An errant pass, very uncharacteristic from City today. Will lead to another Adelaide corner. Of course, Adelaide took the lead in the first half through Fiona Wirtz, and then in the second, Ella Tonkin getting on the end of a corner. Delivery coming from Emily Condon, who's marching over in anticipation of this set piece. Short option, decides to ignore it and go for the front post. Mel Taranto lines up. Hits it wide. There's a little smile and she walks away as well. Players are set up in set-piece situations to be to take the shots from outside the penalty area. Didn't quite connect that time. McNamara, lovely ball looking for Aideen Keane. And Matilda McNamara does well. Rossbacken's throw into the penalty area. That pass was looking for Devon Jackson, couldn't find her. Kansas City find a way through. They've been better in this second half. They don't need too many chances or too many invitations in front of goal, Melbourne City. They are generally very clinical. McMahon again, though. That pass not at all going where it's intended. McMahon only 17 years of age. It's again worth reiterating the absence of Laura Hughes and Leah Davidson in Melbourne City's midfield. I think their reputations have probably been enhanced by their absence, because it's not just their obvious abilities in terms of goals or directly winning the ball. It's positionally being able to get in the right areas to help Melbourne City play the ball out from the back. All of those things are very, very important. So a double change incoming for Melbourne City. Alexia Apostolakis and Briley Henry, the two players being introduced. Apostolakis not starting for the first time today. Carly Rossbacken preferred at right back. She's back on though. The two players coming off for Melbourne City, Chinaza Uchendu and Shelby McMahon. Well, Briley Henry, 22 years of age, hasn't scored yet this season. Started the season battling a back injury. When she is on song, she can be a dangerous threat up top. She'll just add something a little bit different. That will require a shuffle in midfield, you would imagine. Apostolakis straight into the action on this right-hand flank. Still Alexia Apostolakis. Play it back safely. Now the ball in by Keane, blocked away by a red shirt. I want to be careful of parking the bus a little bit too early here, Adelaide. Yes, there'll be a storm that they need to weather. City will throw everything at them to try and get back these 2 goals. But they wouldn't want to invite the pressure either. It's a delicate balancing act. Turner, Henry. Nice little interplay involving Devon Jackson as well. Rebecca Stott taking the space offered, delivering a long diagonal ball. Henry can't control McNamara on the volley. Hits it wide. Direct from Rebecca Stott straight to Henry. It was a challenging ball to control, but then McNamara on the follow-up, not able to get her volley on the frame of goal. She does manage to score today, McNamara. She will go back on top of the Golden Boot race, currently level with the Central Coast Mariners, Annalise Rasmussen on 11. That's a nice ball over the top for Aideen Keane. Keane cutting back inside, trying to find a shooting angle. McKenna! She gets one back for Melbourne City. Letitia McKenna scores her second of the season. There is life. There is always life in this Melbourne City side. There's good work from 18 Keane here. McKenna picking up the loose ball, arriving at the right place at the right time. A comprehensive finish into the back of the net. Well, the response to that goal from Adelaide is immediate, and it's a big moment. Dylan Holmes returning to the pitch for the first time since round 3 against Canberra on the 14th of November 2025. She replaces Sarah Morgan in midfield. Holmes is returning from a bone fracture in her leg, so a difficult injury, but she comes back into this side with all of her experience at a crucial juncture. Last time Adelaide beat Melbourne City, she scored a brace that got them that result. It was this scoreline, 2-1, all the way back on the 21st of January 2021. Can Adelaide replicate that result today? Or will Melbourne City, as they so often do, find their way back into the game? Jackson being put under a bit of pressure, that urgency from Adelaide now. Turning. Turner can't quite keep it in. So it has been a game of few chances so far. 6 total shots to 5 in favour of Adelaide. 4 shots on target to 3 in favour of Adelaide. City need very few opportunities. And that possession, well, it's evened up in the second half. We're back to 50-50. Adelaide had 56% of the ball in the first half. City have had more of it so far in the second. Even though they did concede that goal early in the second half, it has been much better from City since the break. Still got a ways to go, though, to get back into this contest. Healy's cross-field delivery. Hodgson can't get there. Now she's got a job to do because Turner is in quite a lot of space. Maltaranzo coming across to try and cover. And Zoe Tolland ensuring the ball doesn't reach Riley Henry. And Tolland was almost ever present for Adelaide last season. Copped an injury just before finals. Heartbreaking, really, in what was her breakout season. And struggled to get into the team at the beginning of this season, but since she has, Adelaide's results have seen a noticeable upturn, so she is a key part of their defence, Tolland. It's 29 degrees at kickoff today, so incredibly warm, but still very warm conditions for these players. Riley Henry looks for the cutback, searching for options. Instead, she'll play it all the way back to Turner. Dan Turner back to Henry. Riley Henry towards the byline, the cutback. Nalag is there. We're looking to impress today from the bench, Riley Henry. She certainly had her moments in the Ninja A-League. 12 goals in total. a wonderful run towards the end of last season in terms of goals scored after a long drought. And a self-selection back into the Matildas squad. Here she is, trying to get Melbourne City back to parity in this game. The second cooling break of the game in the second half. Adelaide United still leading 2-1, final 20 minutes of regulation time. Is all Melbourne City will have to get this goal back. Here are the second half goals. And Tonkin scoring not far after the half-time break from a corner off the boot of Emily Condon. That gave them a 2-goal advantage. They were on top of the world there, the Reds. Her first goal of the season. Mirez very disappointed with the way that was conceded, but Melbourne City hit back. It's ball over the top from Turner, finding the feet of Keane. The Reds not able to clear, and Letitia McKenna arriving at the perfect time to slot it away. Another substitute for Adelaide, their second. Chelsea Dorber making her way on the pitch. She replaces Emily Condon, who got the assist for that goal from a corner. Of course, Chelsea Dorber, somewhat of an Adelaide United legend. The 26-year-old has scored 32 times in her 97 Ninja A-League appearances. Another substitution as part of that cooling break occurring now. Adriana Taranto replacing Izzy Hodgson. And that will no doubt require a shuffle in Adelaide's formation. Can't quite imagine Taranto slotting into that right back role, although she has been playing in wide areas. She's better known as a 10 when she played for Western United before coming to Adelaide, but she's been fantastic taking on players, showing off her one-on-one skills this season in red. She's got 20 minutes to show them off this afternoon. So Aideen Keane in some space here. Just trying to play it through to McNamara, couldn't find her. And now Adelaide perhaps in transition. Erin Healy, centre of everything today. Adriana Taranto, the substitute. Chelsea Dorber plays it in behind for Taranto. Adriana Taranto is cut back. Cleared away by Rebecca Stott eventually. Always just in the right area is Stott. That is a good introduction for Taranto. It was initially off Dan Turner, who has played it straight to Stott, luckily from a Melbourne City perspective. Adelaide spending a little bit of time in City's half. Dorber's cross. Words couldn't get there ahead of Mirez. Disappointed with her option short, Mirez, so she'll consider what to do long as everyone gets back in position. It looks like a nice tactics board at the moment. Adelaide's 3-4-3 looming prominent. You can see exactly the shape in which City are trying to play it out from the back. Holmes almost winning out there, but instead it's City. Apostolakis in behind. Alexia Apostolakis across the face. Tonkin, McNamara. What a block from Ella Tonkin. She scored the goal to give them a 2-goal advantage, and then that may well be a goal-saving block from Tonkin. Just stuck that right leg out to prevent McNamara from challenging Malag. Adelaide managed to prevent the corner as well. Jackson's delivery, Malag, job to do, holds on well. Aideen Keane was right behind her, and she didn't get a secure grip on that. Maleg's ball bounces over Healy. But Healy manages to win it back. She's got Dorber in front of her. That's where the ball will go. Chelsea Dorber cutting inside, looking for options. Instead plays it back. Adriana Taranto now. Head up. The cross in. Off Devon Jackson and out for a corner. And this is something that Chelsea Dorber's gotten into the habit of this season. In those sorts of areas, she's playing back a lot, and you can see Fiona Wirtz just having a conversation with her. And at least put it in the mixer, give me a chance. Corner, not a bad result though for Adelaide. It's Adriana Taranto, in the absence of Emily Condon, who's gone to the bench, who will take the delivery. Reds players there, not able to get connection on the ball. Mel Taranto back to her twin Adriana. In behind, Matilda McNamara. Taylor Otto forced to take it out of play. She was Melbourne City's Player of the Year last season, Taylor Otto, the 28-year-old, former USA Under-23 international. Quietly goes about her work. Adriana Taranto can't find a way past Briley Henry. No, Henry's clearance can only find Tolland, who has stayed high. Healy now from the throw. Healy's ball in. Wirtz went for the spectacular. Dorber couldn't get on the end of the deflection. That would have been quite something. And Fiona Wirtz managed to twist her body around that one. Less than 15 minutes of regulation time remaining now, and it is still Adelaide United in the lead. And they'll win themselves a free kick for good measure as well. Fiona Wirtz prevented from going any further, and also the first yellow card of the game for Taylor Otto for preventing a promising attack. It's been a well-behaved game so far between these two sides. Otto taking one for the team there, doing what defenders occasionally have to do. Making sure that Wirtz could go no further in that sort of position. Adriana Taranto. Fancy footwork. Goes to ground. Appealing for the free kick and will win it too. Assistant referee on that side indicating that from her view it was a foul by Devon Jackson. That's exactly what Adriana Taranto has added this season for Adelaide. It's not something we've necessarily seen a heap of, that kind of wing play from her, but it's been very effective. So a corner-type free kick here. Adriana Taranto will take. Towards the back post, the header won by Tsong. Ramirez is diving, can't hold on. Comes out to Taranto. Dorber. Ball across the face towards the back post. Healy is there. Stott clears it from the ground, and now Wirtz off the body of Apostolakis, who'll go to ground and just need a moment here to recover. Healy happy enough to let it roll out of play. Well, almost a calamity here for Mirez. It was defended away. Adelaide had a number of bites at this. Stott getting in the way, just trying to clear it from the ground, and then Wirtz saw things open up. Apostolakis was in the way. Those ones hurt. Just getting winded. from that shot from Wirtz. All is well though, play continues. Healy. Wirtz. Trying to play in her teammate in behind. Now, what can City do in these types of moments? Adelaide will back well there. And that's the kind of moment that City will be looking for in these last 10 minutes or so. Healy stayed on side. And good work from City. Now they'll move forward quickly. McNamara can't beat Tonkin, who's been immense today. Not just the goal that she scored, but her defensive work as well. And the referee, Tom Brinkworth, just taking play back to a foul on Nadine Keane, who is always in the wars, the kind of player that she is. She draws plenty of fouls. Turner to Henry. He can't find Jackson though. Ball comes straight back to McKenna. McKenna's ball forward. Trying to find McNamara in behind. Keane. Played all the way back to Stott. Will we see Rebecca Stott move forward here? We will. Stott taking the space, playing it in behind for Letitia McKenna. McKenna's cut back, blocked away by Tonkin. And Matilda McNamara, well, she just slipped. She went to ground and slipped, and as a result, accidentally caught Letitia McKenna. The referee's argument would be, well, there's no foul here. You take a look at that again. And she sort of won the ball and then just kind of fallen into the legs of McKenna, but all accidental because you wouldn't want to fall over in that position as a defender. You leave yourself quite vulnerable. The end result, though, is McKenna is down hurt and will require some physio attention. So City's goal scorer is down. Hopefully nothing too serious. Oh, it's a nasty one. The stoppage does provide an opportunity for Matrichani to have a chat to his team, specifically Taylor Otto there, as they try and path a route to this second goal. And that will see them restore parity. Here's Eunice, wonder what he's thinking on the sideline. 10 total shots for Adelaide to City's 6. And Eunice made the point during the week that they'd been playing good football, but results hadn't necessarily gone their way. After a disappointing result in Wellington, that wasn't going to change. It is the most challenging away trip. Really more challenging than Perth because you add in the international travel for the East Coast sides. And in fairness, he's made good on his word that no, we are playing well, the results will come. With 7 minutes of regulation time remaining, plus stoppages. And they are on the brink of doing something that only one other Adelaide United side has done before. But there is still time for Melbourne City to get themselves back in the game. McKenna back on the pitch, back in the action. Misplaces her pass though, and allows Adelaide United to take the throw.
Substitution.
Before another substitution though, here's a fascinating one. Karina Rossi is coming on to replace Fiona Wirtz, who scored in the first half. She scored the first goal of the game. Karina Rossi, 18 years of age, from Melbourne, so it'll be a special moment for her to come on against City. There's another look at Fiona Wirtz's first half goal. So job done of sorts for Wirtz. Rossi, of course, has scored this season. She scored the winner against the Newcastle Jets on the back of a set piece. Came from a fantastic season for Box Hill United in the MPLW New South, Victoria, not New South Wales. Fiona Words, well, the day after she turns 30, she scored a goal. An even better birthday present, any player will say. He's walking away with the win on top of all of that. Adelaide still plenty of work to do. Healy. Taranto. Adriana Taranto still with the ball, cutting inside, looking for a shooting angle. Instead, the pass central. And Chelsea Dorber lifts it over the crossbar. She will be so disappointed with that. How about the work from Adriana Taranto here? Dorber devastated she couldn't at least challenge the keeper there. Another change for Melbourne City. Ellie Wilson is making her way on the park, replacing a still limping Letitia McKenna. So McKenna scoring City's goal today. Ellie Wilson, a wide player. Fullback generally. Has been playing in attack though this season. City streaming forward. Keane can't get past Matilda McNamara. Alexia Apostolakis. Briley Henry. Henry looking over her shoulder. Holly McNamara, the cutback. Beats everyone. Adriana Taranto takes it out of play for a Melbourne City corner. This is good work on this right-hand side. McNamara getting past Melissa Taranto, and then Adriana forced to take it out of play. Alexia Apostolakis can be dangerous from these corners. Will be her right foot in swinging corner. Here's her delivery towards the back post, beats everyone. Dorber more than happy to watch it roll out of play. Well, Adelaide are on the brink of something really, really special. In 14 head-to-head games, they have beaten Melbourne City once. Can they make it a second time here? They've got to hold on. Turner. Back to Otto. Mira's being placed under some pressure. McNamara dropping all the way back to get her foot on the ball. Rebecca Stott going direct. Wilson. Devon Jackson. 18 Keane dancing on the edge of the area. Henry Apostolakis, shot blocked. City throwing everything at Adelaide here.
Come on, hey.
Henry. Turner. Wilson was looking for that ball in behind for Henry, but instead only found a red shirt. It's come back out to Briley Henry though. Zoe Tolland standing up strong, taking it out of play. Henry, Turner. Turner goes to ground. City's throw. They'll maintain possession. Adelaide fans enjoying what they're seeing so far. There's a nervousness though around the stadium at the moment. Apostolakis up the line for Keane. Matilda McNamara tackles the ball off her, takes it out of play. Apostolakis. Holly McNamara. Holly McNamara goes to ground, appeals for the foul, not given. Devon Jackson won the header, but then Adelaide have just been relentless, winning the ball back. That's what they've done all game. Just had that higher level of intensity, and that is why they are the team in the lead at the moment as we approach stoppage time. We're hearing that there will be 6 minutes of stoppage time in this second half. 6 minutes for Melbourne City to get this goal to prevent their 3rd defeat of the season. And there is confirmation from the 4th official today, Liam Miller. Adelaide have got 6 minutes to hold on. Can they do it with their fans urging them on? Stott. Turner. Just maintaining possession at the moment. Mears has come very high to help out. Turner. Goes the direct route. It's cleared away by Adelaide. Only as far as Stott will launch another attack. Rebecca Stott driving forward. Now goes wide, out to 18, Keane. Keane's ball across the face, Tonkin can clear. Aaron Healy is there. Keane again. Deflected cross, cleared by Tonkin. Ball put back in, Malag. Easy pickings. Doesn't look fazed by much, the teenager, Malag, although that kick perhaps an indication of a little bit of nerves creeping in. Final change for Melbourne City, and it is the return of Caitlin Carriage, the 20-year-old, replacing Devon Jackson. Carriage has only made 1 appearance this season back in round 2. She's been out with injury since then. Anyone who's followed Victorian football knows how highly rated this youngster is. She's scored spectacular goals already in this competition in her fledgling career. Melbourne City will be hoping for some of that today. Only 4 minutes remaining in this game. Final roll of the dice for Michael Matriciani. Henry. Riley Henry's ball, Holmes gets a little touch and then Healy does the rest. Met with warm applause from this Adelaide crowd. Healy just needs to run for the hills. Instead plays it straight to Stott. Holly McNamara. Goes for the conservative approach. They'll stay patient. Otto. Back to Stott. Rebecca Stott from deep. Numbers in the penalty area. Comes back in. Not able to get the shot away. Now Stott from distance. Malag. Very good, very clever as well to keep it in and take an extra couple of seconds. It's a replay of this shot from distance. Hopeful more than anything. Again, she can score them from that sort of range when she's given the freedom, Rebecca Stott, to move up. It's Adelaide, or perhaps on the charge. Maybe they'll want one more opportunity before the break. Healy has done so well to win that foul. And that's the enthusiasm of Caitlin Carriage, the inexperience of youth against the experience of someone like Erin Healy, such a quality player. It's just so smart. She's just outsmarted Caitlin Carriage there. Maybe has ended up a little bit worse for wear after the challenge as well. In fairness to Erin Healy, she has had a number of injuries in her time in the competition. But it could very well be that this is also another indication of that worldliness that she displayed while winning the foul. Holmes' free kick. Launched forward. Otto able to head away, and Holly McNamara dropping deep to launch it forward again. Apostolakis pick up the ball in her own half. Dorberg coming back to try and defend. It's all hands on deck for both sides at the moment. Henry. Cerner. Briley Henry again. Aaron Healy getting back and taking it out of play. Melbourne City will have a corner. 1 minute of stoppage time remaining. Talk about all hands on deck. Aaron Healy coming back to defend there. Hearts will be in mouths at Coopers Stadium on that pitch. Alexia Apostolakis towards the back post. The header was won by Stott, back across the face. Matilda McNamara clears. The City had 3 free players towards the back post and it just hit Stott at an awkward angle. She couldn't control it the way she would have liked. She'll put in another delivery here, headed away by Tonkin. Adriana Taranto, exceptional work to beat Carriage, to run it up the line, to play it forward. The play will come back to a foul committed on Taranto while making that run by Carriage. We're past the allotted 6 minutes of stoppage time. It is all on the generosity of the referee, Tom Brinkworth now. How long do Adelaide have to hold on? Theocy Younis praying to the referee, saying, please, it's been 6 minutes. Ball launched forward. Erin Healy winning out. Does she go to the corner? What does she do here? She'll play it in for Karina Rossi. The 18-year-old couldn't resist. And it went straight to Mires. Is there time? Is there time for City? Is there time for one last chance? The throw in goes back. Stott has no choice but to launch it forward. It's headed away by Tollins, cleared away, and that'll do it. For only the second time in their history, Adelaide United have defeated Melbourne City. It's been a drought of 1,836 days, but in front of their home fans at Coopers Stadium, they've done it. It moves them up to second on the table. It is a statement victory from the Reds. The team from last season went absolutely nowhere, and they are here to make a title push this season. Well, Fiona Wirtz scored first in the first half. Ella Tonkin from a corner in the second. Letitia McKenna got one back for Melbourne City. And in truth, it is a well-deserved 3 points from Adelaide United. Well, delight for the Reds, for Melbourne City, their third defeat of the season. They will still finish the rounds up. The chasing pack have time. Full time in Coopers. It is Adelaide United 2, Melbourne City 1. So let's take a look at the way that this game panned out, and it started with Adelaide United very strong in the first half. This was a lovely worked goal. Morgan to Healy to Wirtz, who played it past Milena Mires and into the back of the net. Holly McNamara, of course, was busy for Melbourne City, as she always is, but never really managed